Shalom. I'm going to start by giving all glory and praise to the Heavenly Father, the Most High, Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. The true name of the Heavenly Father's name is Yahawah, and the Son is the name is Yahweh Shai, the world ignorant called Jesus Christ, who is the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, and delivered Savior of the elect. The elect being 144,000 of his so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the chosen people of the Heavenly Father, the Most High, the Hebrew Israelites. I'm going to double as my positive oaths, got millstones off my old star, and also the outcome to the truth, I saved the water. Peace and citations to the reflect man across four corners of the earth in his word and also teaching truth and also confusion on the face. That's Shalom. So this video is basically going to the judgment that Yahawah is going to bring upon this earth very, very soon. Prophecies are slowly manifesting to the spirit and power of Yahawah. I'm going to get a couple of scriptures. It basically goes into the end times and what Yahawah is going to do to this place. There's a big of Ezekiel chapter 21 verse 9. It says, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith Yahawah, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. Verse 10. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter, it is furbished that it may glitter, shoot them make mirth, it condemneth the rod of my son as every tree. So this is basically going to, as to the judgment that Yahawah is going to bring upon this earth. If I go back to verse 9, says, Son of man, prophesy, thus saith the Lord, say sword is sharpened. Yeah, that sword is going to bring forth a sore slaughter, man, as it says in verse 10. And that's gonna come upon 2/3 of our people, man. We so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, which is part of the judgment that Yahawah has planned for the wicked. Because it says in Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 7, which I'll get into, it goes into the time of Jacob's trouble, man. It says, Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, we should be saved out of it. And Jacob is the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans. We read that again. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. Then I'm going to go back a verse. It's verse 6. It says, Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hand on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned to paleness. And this is basically going to the amount of distress, tribulation, and anguish that you people are going to go through, man. Especially you men. You mighty men, you men who think that you're strong or you're above everyone else, that you're the head honcho, man. Yahawah is basically saying that in that day you're gonna be screaming like a female, man. You're gonna be like a female giving birth. Ask ye now and see whether I have mouth to travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man on his own like a woman in travail, and all faces are turned to paleness. So that's what's gonna happen. That's the judgment. So you just gotta imagine what Yahawah, or the things that Yahawah is gonna bring to this place, because it's not gonna be no how can I say it, man? It's not gonna be something that you would expect. The things that we're coming into right now, no one except the elect and the one further are gonna know what's gonna happen, man. All the people who are blind to the truth, are blind to the knowledge, the people who are not in the know, they're gonna be caught out there, man. As scripture goes into 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 3, that the Lord shall come like a thief in the night, which I'll get into, Lord willing, after we read the scripture. Therefore to see every man his hand hands on his loins, that's like a woman in travail, and all faces are turned to paleness. Alas, for that day is great. That day it's not only a day, man. It's gonna be a short period of time, but it's gonna seem like a long period of time. And the scripture just goes into that women of Zion, I can get it right now, but the time of Jacob's trouble is a short period of time. Could be this year, but the way Yahawah is gonna bring forth his judgment, it's gonna seem like a long time, and you people are gonna suffer. You people are gonna experience great tribulation, man. Because as the scripture says that the Most High is the King of terrors, man. Scripture says that he's a terrible demon like power, which in Hebrew is Al-Shadra, man. which I basically just said is a terrible demon-like power. And if you go into the book of Joshua, chapter 9, verse 9, it basically goes into the fame of what Yahawah Shai did in Egypt, basically going to the judgment, the tribulation that he brought upon Egypt, man. And that's the same thing which is going to happen now. And the spiritual Egypt is America, Babylon the Great, America. Isaiah chapter... one sec. I'm trying to see if this is the exact scripture. I think that's the wrong scripture. But there's an exact scripture which basically goes into the woman of Zion. Basically the tribulation that Yahawah Shai is going to bring. But there's a certain scripture verse that goes into the tribulation that they're going to go through. I don't think I can find it. I'm going to go back to what I was reading in... I can't even remember. Ezekiel chapter 21. It says, Son of man, which is Yahawah Shai, prophesy and say that thus safe Lord, the sword is sharp and also further. I've been rereading this again. I'm going to go to the next scripture. Go to Isaiah chapter 65. Now I'm going to go to 2nd Ezra chapter 9. It's verse 1. It says, He answered me and then said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when these things, when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee, then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And that's what's happening right now, man. We know the certain prophecy which are written in the scriptures, you know that we are at the end times. As it says in Matthew chapter 24th chapter, it goes into certain prophecies, man. Certain things must come to pass, and right now it is come to pass, man. You got Esau censoring their brothers, pushing out the sheep on YouTube. You got this mark of the beast being the implantable RFID microchip, as written in Revelation chapter 13 verse 16. And this can continue. These prophecies can continue to manifest, man. And that's what the time that we're living right now, man. We're living in these prophecies, and it's going to continue to grow, man. Because it's the spirit of Yahawah Shai which is doing it. He answered me and said, Measure that time diligently in itself. So, watching the news, seeing what's going on, man. One thing that's very evident, which backs up this verse, is in January, you heard wars and rumors of wars, and which goes into Matthew's 24th chapter. You shall hear wars and rumors of wars, but the end is not yet. And also in a Revelation chapter 11 verse 14, it goes into World War 3, man. Behold, the second was past, and behold, the third will come quickly, which is World War 3. To verse 3, therefore, when you shall hear earthquakes and uproars of the people, then shall I understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. And that's what we're preaching right now. The brothers and the houses and bows, man. Jeremiah chapter 28 verse 8 goes into how the prophets that been before me, before thee, of all prophets of both against many countries, against great kingdoms, war, evil, and pestilence. And that's what we're doing right now. We're prophesying against America, Babylon the Great. Then shall I understand it's the Most High which spake of these things from the days before thee, even though from the beginning. For as all it made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Even so at the time also the highs, even so the times also of the highs have plain beginnings in the wonder and powerful works, and the ending in faith and signs. Go to verse 9. It says, Then shall they be a pitiful case, which have now abused my ways, and have cast them away, and despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such in their lives which have received benefits and have not known me, and they have loathed my law, well yet liberty while they had yet liberty, and when the place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know about death by pain, and that's 2/3 of our people, man. The same must know through death by pain, because you people had the opportunity to come to the truth, to adhere to the words of Yahawah Shema Shai, but you chose to indulge in your wickedness, man. You chose to follow the white man and follow his wickedness, man. Going into adultery, homosexuality, just everything which is against Yahawah Shema Shai. That's what you people are doing. Therefore, this verse is pertaining to you, verse 12. The same must know about death by pain. And also in the book of Isaiah, chapter 65, verse 12. How Yahawah Shema Shai has reached out his hand to you, but you refused it, man. Which I'll basically go into. The very scripture basically goes into this point. Proverbs chapter 20, the 24th chapter. How the Most High shall laugh at your calamity, he shall mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as a desolation, then shall call upon me, but I will not hear thee. And that's what's gonna happen to you people, man. You people are gonna be calling on every single god that you can think of when all hell breaks loose. But there's only one true power, which is Yahawah, and his son Yahweh Shai, and they're the only ones who can save you. And without those names, you're hopeless, man. And you 2/3 of our people don't know that name. Well, in fact, some of them do, because the scripture goes into how many are called but few are chosen. But it's the men who are drawn to the truth and to the end, the men who serve Yahawah Shema Shai, the men who are doing what they're meant to do, who are gonna be saved, man. Not everyone who knows the name of Yahawah Shema Shai. And it may seem like I contradict myself, but not everyone's gonna be saved, man, and that's just how it is. Broad is the way that leads to destruction, many that fall into it, man. This is Isaiah chapter 65, verse 12. Therefore, when I come to the sword, you shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye do not hear. When I spake, ye do not hear. But did evil for mine eyes, and choose wherein to light and not. And how Yahawah Shema Shai is calling? He's calling through his men. As it says in Matthew chapter 10, verse 20. It's not you that speak, but the Father which speaks within you. So basically, ultimately, Yahawah Shema Shai is speaking within us. He's speaking within me right now. For you to listen to this gospel, man. This great news. And only a few are gonna come to the truth and serve Yahawah Shema Shai until the end. Because as scripture says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. So strive unto the truth unto the death, man. And drawn to the end, man. Because we're gonna go through certain things, the hour of temptation, Jacob's trouble, which is gonna test our faith, as it says in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, verse 1, the 22nd chapter, in fact. So, yeah, man. There's plenty more scripture I can get to, man. I might go into the 2nd Ezra 15 chapter. And this chapter and the 16th chapter basically goes into the calamities that Yahawah Shema Shai is going to bring to this place. But I'm going to keep it short. Verse 5, it says, Behold, saith the Lord, I bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Awakens of exceedingly polluted earth, and the whole works of the earth, and the hurtful works fulfilled. Second Ezra 16 chapter. It says, Woe to the world, woe is me, who shall deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine, great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation, anguish shall set a scourge for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be all men mindful of the scourges. Behold, victory shall be so good cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even shall evils grow upon the earth, sore famine, great confusion. Alright, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish with famine, and of that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the sea shall be cast down. And this pandemic right now, this coronavirus thing, This is a great opportunity for Esau to bring forth his mark of the beast, man, because he's gonna say that 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 the cash that we use, the notes that we use is contaminated, man. Or he can say anything, man, but that's just one example to bring forth that chip. That the only solution to prevent or to decrease the number of deaths or cases is to take that chip, man. So Esau can do anything, man, but it's all through the spirit and power of Yahawah that it will come to pass. But yeah, man, I'm gonna make another video going to 2 Ezra 16 chapter, because this coincides with Daniel 7:1, how the times that we're coming into is gonna be a time like no other, and only if in the truth, if you serve Yahawah and join to the end, will you be saved. I'm end off there, but giving all glory and praise to Heavenly Father and Most High, Yahawah Shalom.